Hey there, this is Top Secret, and today we're going to take a look at making a flag decal for your civilization. So step number one is to find a image that you want to use. I found this image. It is the teapot for England, and we're going to use it. So it should work pretty good. So first thing you want to do is open it up in GIMP. Now, I've already converted this one to DDS, but all you have to do is open it up and you'll be able to export it at the end, so no worries. Step number one is it needs to be in all black. I recommend you just find an icon that's in all black or all white, and we actually need to change it to white. So here's what we're going to do. Go to Colors in GIMP on the toolbar up top and press Invert. That will change the colors to white. All right. Next, you need to make sure that the image is 128 by 128. How do you do that? First, you can resize it by just pressing Scale Canvas Size to 128, 128. Ours already is. And then you need to make sure that your image is fits in there. Depends on what size it was, but scaling the image to that. If it's not square, just crop it by using fixed aspect ratio 1:1. This will give you a square, and then make a square that's bigger than 128 and then resize it down to 128. All right, once you have it 128 by 128, the game actually wants you to have it stretched. So here's what you need to do. Use the scale tool in the toolbar because this will just scale the actual colors, not the rest of it. And then you need the height to be bigger. So what you want to do is get the width to 75% of the height. So here's what we'll do. We'll do 128 times 0.7, sorry, not divided by, clear. 128 times 0.75. That's 3/4. 96. Okay, so our width will be 96. Scale it. This will actually literally scale it. And if you want the image to be bigger, I don't necessarily want this one to take up most of the flag, but if you want it to be bigger, that's fine. How do you move it? Just go over here to move. Again, if you don't have the toolbar, sorry, it's up here under Windows, and you can press Toolbox. I use single window mode. It ensures that it just like pops up right here. All right, anyway, we'll drag this to the middle roughly. All right. Okay, you see these yellow lines? This is your layer. It really is good if it's the same size as your image. So just go under Layer and press Layer to Image Size. All right, we've got it all set up, but it's not going to work in game because what happens is the alpha is messed up and it doesn't give you a clear picture, and it'll give you some weird black in between everything else. So, bad. Next, you're going to press New Image, and it should be 128 by 128 since you've already resized it to that. All right, here you need to do a very specific thing. Press Layer, Transparency. Oh, no, not Layer. It's a different transparency. I had it, and I've been using it forever, and now I'm not. Oh, okay. Press Transparency. Yes. Layer, Transparency, add alpha channel. Sorry, my brain just froze for a minute. All right, so now that you've added the alpha channel, do not use colored alpha. It will ruin it. It won't work. Use threshold alpha and drag it all the way up till it kills it. Now go into yours and use rectangle select, copy the flag you made, and paste it in. This will ensure that the alpha is correct. All right, now you can press Control-Shift-E or press File, Export. And we're going to export right to OSC, Program Files, 2K, Firaxis, Beyond the Sword Mods, Overexplained. Assets, art, interface. Make a new folder. You can even do it in GIMP by pressing Create Flags and export it here. I already named one England, but we'll name this one England again. All right. Whoops. I exported it as a PNG. All right. Anyway, export as flag decal and then country name. We're going to use England. Let's try this again. Let's not compress it right now. Okay. Once you do that, you need to go under Beyond the Sword, Assets, XML, Art Defined Civilization. Art Defined Civilization. Copy this file. Beyond the Sword. Whoops. Not Miles. Whatever. Beyond the Sword. Mods. Middle Earth. Assets. XML. Oh, not Middle Earth. I'm so used to modding my own mod. I went there. All right. Overexplained. Assets. We already made our flag. What am I doing? XML art. Okay, there's Art Defined Civilization. Paste it there. All right, then open up England. Art Def. Go down to England. That's the one we're changing. And change this to Art, Interface, Flags, Flag Decal, England, or whatever you named it. It may be best not to name it a civilization, but what it is. But we're going to call it England. You could call it Teapot or whatever. The button's separate. Sometimes there's a headache to make them. I may make a separate one on how to make a button of a flag. Not right now. Buttons are easy to make. Let's stick with flag decal. All right, once that's done, you'll take your flag decal. You got everything defined. Click Overexplained. Get rid of the calculator. Wait. I think I remembered to turn off the music this time so I don't have to cut the loading screen. But we'll see. All right. So why did we do that threshold alpha thing? Because the game will randomly pick up like blotches of parts that aren't completely turned to alpha. Threshold alpha set to 255 all the way kills everything and makes it so you don't get these random blotches of just black. Also, make sure in your XML file when you write your path to it, which was art, right? We put it in that folder. Interface, flags, flag decal England. Make sure the one below it says white flag 0. You do not want white flag 1. Okay, that's for colored flags that are multiple colors. All right, now we're going to do a play now game. Fractal, dual, it's faster loading. English Empire. Set up map. And ta-da, there it is. Sometimes it doesn't look right. Like you'll stretch it and then it doesn't look right. It's supposed to be 4 thirds of the size of it. But then you put it on there and you're like, it's too stretchy. Squish it down, get it to the right size you want. I use that size, but if you think it's too stretchy, sometimes I don't like it. I'll change it back to just full 128, 128. I just play around with it, resizing it. But always make sure you do that threshold alpha thing and redo it if you ever have any problems with like the black being here. But England's colors are red and white, and there they are. I'm not sure. Usually they aren't that stretchy, but you get the point. Resize it to the size you want, and you got it. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the thread. And that's all for now. Signing off. This has been Top Secret.